What do I have going on here?
It's clean. It's clean audio all the way through the car, but it's also in the spots that it needs to be in. It gives you a very well 360 experience with the music. Like home theater places.
Yeah.
And they would put you into that room and shut the door.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds
All
like
the sound
in here.
dampening stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. I like good sound, and yes, Tesla has a great sound system already in their cars with a premium sound system, but you can make it better. And I've done this before in other videos where I've upgraded the speakers, and I've already upgraded the speakers in this. And this company that I worked with before, Hepa King, they actually sent out these speakers a long time ago. I forgot about the DSP, and what a DSP is, it can help process the signals to the speakers. And it's basically an amplifier, and it helps process and makes a way better sound system. So I've already upgraded the speaker system. There's new speakers, Alpine speakers in the doors. I have 3 of them up in the dash. I have a new tweeter here. And I have a new 8-inch sub that goes in the factory sub enclosure. And I've shown videos, there's a link up here to doing this in a Model Y, just doing a speaker upgrade, which by itself is amazing. It'll get way better sound. I've done it in a Model 3 and a Model Y, but now this is taking it to the next level, and the DSP is going to do that. And you can still program the DSP to your liking, but it's programmed already to the Model Y or Model 3, whichever one you buy.
I don't even know these songs.
It's like, this is an eclectic taste of music.
It's way too much.
Yeah.
Alright, stop. Collaborate and listen.
Because this is streamed.
But the experience streaming is still very high quality.
This app is still streamed. I have some on a file.
It gave it that gain that it needed without sacrificing the quality.
Yeah, it doesn't break up. It's too loud when you go all the way up.
I'm sure.
This is good. How clear.
And the installation of these kits is so easy for the outcome and experience that you get.
So much depth.
It feels like there's speakers above you. Like, that's exactly right. That's wild. Yeah, you don't even need to crank it because, I mean, even with the premium audio package through Tesla, you got to crank it.
Yeah, and this you don't at all. I mean, there is some drawbacks because you have to go through your phone, but there's ways to set that up. And I did it Bluetooth to that, and it makes it so much better.
Yeah.
As far as just using it, but you can have a controller up
There's
here.
no way to integrate it though to the.
No. I mean, there might be an aftermarket way of doing something, but you can. It's a USB. This is a USB plugged right into the DSP, so there's so much you can do to it.
And where does the DSP sit in the trunk?
It's all the way in the trunk.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
Okay.
So it's messy.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it looks like there's a ton of wires, and that's because there's 2 sets because the version 4 or version 3
harnesses. Yeah.
But it's just one wire that's hooked up to the main computer up there and run down the side. You do have to tap into the battery back here.
Yeah, but that's easy.
It's the same battery they use for the power seats. It's not the main pack.
Yep.
And then it just hooks up back here to the amp, and it's the new sub, same sub actually we had in your Model 3.
Model 3.
Mine.
Yeah.
Same door speakers.
Okay.
But bigger. Actually, it's not the door speakers magnet's even bigger.
Yep.
And the magnets in the front speakers, those 3, are like twice as big.
Really?
They're so much bigger.
And it's much easier now, I think, with the new ones to get up into that front speaker.
It wasn't that bad.
No.
They sent the tool and everything.
Oh, yeah, it makes it easier.
Super easy.
Yeah, this isn't bad at all. And you could really, if you were like more into like the custom stuff, you could really make this a part of like a drop floor or something.
Yeah. Put some lights or whatever you want to do. I just have it Velcroed down.
Yeah. So it doesn't move around.
There's the Bluetooth controller.
Yep.
But yeah, there's twice as many wires as there should be there.
Yeah, and then you just run the USB cable all the way up and through.
Yeah, and it gets power from the amp up front.
Yeah.
Or it gets signal from the amp up front, and it turns off when the car turns off. It's super easy.
Yeah, that makes it nice. There's no hunky-dory stuff you got to do to be able to make it work.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
If you're into music, if you're into good quality music, if you have Tidal, you need this. Or if you're looking for something like this, this is so much better than the premium. And Tesla's premium sound is pretty good.
It's good, but it's not this good.
You do have to crank it, yeah. This is just, you don't have to thump this. You don't have to go crazy with it. It's just awesome. It's very, very good.
With Tesla's premium, you have to crank it so loud to be able to get that quality.
Yeah.
And then you sacrifice volume for quality.
Mm-hmm.
And with this, you get volume and quality.
Yeah.
And not have to bring it up so loud, but still contain that quality. It's awesome.
Now they need to make one for Model S.
Yes.
Or
Model X.
Or the X. I'm sure they're working on it.
Be awesome.
The only drawback that I see is the USB. It's a drawback, but it's actually a benefit. So when you plug in your phone, Tesla did get rid of a hard drive that you can put music onto, which would have been really nice. But when you plug in your phone, you can actually store music on your device, and then you can play that through this. You could run a USB-C cable so you can charge this device at the same time as playing it. That's one way to do this. They do make a Bluetooth adapter back there that you plug into the DSP, and then you just log into it, which is really nice. Very, very convenient. So you can leave this on the charger there. But the best way to get the best sound is through a USB-C or a USB cable, and then you just use an adapter, whichever phone you have, Lightning to USB, whatever. So there is other devices that you can plug in. Probably you could find different devices, maybe even a Bluetooth device that you can hook up to your phone, that you can put on your steering wheel, that you can change the next song so you don't have to reach up or anything. There's a lot of cool ways you can do that. Great ways you can get really good sound, because this sound system is absolutely the best sound system I've ever heard in a car. And I've had this for a little while. I had just the speakers, and then I hooked up the DSP after months of having this system, and it is truly a huge difference. This is actually the Bluetooth adapter. It's like a phone line, Ethernet cable. Some of you guys are too young to know what a phone line is. But Bluetooth adapter plugs into it, really cool. There is a difference between the kits, and you have to know which car you have or which computer you have. The version 4 cameras or version 3 cameras, and there's a difference in the computer. So they originally sent me out the version 3 kit, and I have version 4 in this car, so they re-sent out the new lines, and that's why I have a ton of wires in this thing. You're not going to have that many, but there's a ton of ways to hide all these wires and make your system look amazing, because if you're into car audio, you're probably into making your system look amazing. You be creative. Send me a picture of what you guys create, and I'd love to see it.
Create something better than that.
So there's a link down below if you want to get this system for your car, because I do recommend it. And if you want me to install it, if you're nearby the Charlotte area, I'm up in Mooresville, North Carolina. So bring your car, we'll install it here, and you can enjoy some really, really, really good sound. You can even plug in an old iPod and have the music going that way. We got to get the signal from there, and then the amplifier back there for the sub is going to be controlled all combined with the DSP. So we have to basically remove everything here, run these cables, and we're going to tap power from here. This is a 12-volt power, and that's what your seats are hooked up to. The power for your seats are hooked up to that, so it's not high voltage or anything like that. Even though it is orange. Where's that red? Either way, we're going to disconnect the 12-volt battery up there, and then we're going to disconnect the pin house here, and then bring all the wires back into the amplifier that goes right back here, hook up the sub to that, as well as everything into this DSP from Alpine. So everything will be Alpine in this. Do this at your own risk. This is your vehicle, not my vehicle, or this is my vehicle, not your vehicle. You do, if you think you're handy to do this, great. If not, find a shop that can do it for you. All right, we are starting with this 12-volt battery up here. Actually, first we've opened up all the doors because we won't be able to get to open them if we do this. So we're going to pull back, lift up, and this should come up. And that's separated. Now we're going to pull the pin house. Now we push this and we lift up on that. And now the car is off, completely off. So the 12 volt is disconnected, the main pack is disconnected, there's no power going to anything, and it's safe. Then the next step is to pull these panels off and get into that computer right there. It's the first 2 pins on the bottom that we're gonna mess with these 2. So this is just gonna connect to there, and the ones that are there are gonna connect into here, and then we're gonna feed the wires through behind this, back into here underneath these panels. We're going to be removing a bunch of panels, but connecting to this, and I'll show you all that stuff. I'll show you the main things, and then I will do an overview of the whole install. Not going to lie, that wasn't super easy. It's those first 2 white plugs, and then they connect to those are the factory ones that go into that. This is the new computer. This is the newest hardware. This is 2023 Model Y. And then you just run those wires down. I put all the connectors behind there, and we're going to run these cables into the back now. So I've already put back everything. I ran the wires to here, and now normally you would take this off and run them behind here, and there's 1 bolt up here, and this would slide out, and you can kind of push and maneuver the wire through there. My car's a lease, so I don't really want to do that because in a year and a half I'm going to have to take this back out. And no one really gets in my back seat, so I'm not too worried about that. So I just ran it tucked underneath here. I'm going to run it through back into here. One thing you want to keep note of, these are on electronic release and not a manual release. That really sucks because now I can't move these. But I'm going to be able to get the wires back there, no problem. And then still be able to hook up everything. I'm not too concerned about it. And then I'm able to get back here. I can still pull this away and put everything back together so I can get to that amp. It would just be nice to remove that whole panel, and it would make life a lot easier. But being able to remove these things, I'm still able to run the wires and hook up everything. All right, so as of right now, this is how I'm going to have it set up, just to make sure it is working. I still have to run the power cable to this, but the cords are just falling into this pit because I don't really use this. What are you going to put here? So the thing will be covered up. You won't really see much. You'll see a little bit of the wires there, and maybe you'll see that. I'm not sure. But I have the wires run over to here and jumping the amp. So it's this wire, and it's just jumping that. Then you hook the other wire up to the speaker. This is the factory speaker wire, but then you're going to use this one, and that's the Alpine speaker that I have in here. It's an 8-inch with their custom bracket that fits the actual housing of the factory housing. You can upgrade this to a 10 if you want to. I'm not looking for a ton of bass. I'm not looking to thump, and that's the difference between this. This isn't a system to try to, shake the car next to you loose or make it seem like you have a bunch of bumblebees in the back of your truck. This is to get better quality sound, crisper sound. If you do want to crank it, you don't want any distortion, and that's what this is going to do. So I'm going to put this back in here. You won't see anything except for a little bit there, but once I put this down, you're not going to see that. And then I'm going to run the power wire from this up into the battery and hook that up. And then, seems like a lot, but it's really not that difficult. I mean, yes, there's some wires, and I'm cutting little corners because this is a lease. And just like that, we're all buttoned up. All I did here was put some Velcro underneath the bottom, and it's sticking there because I want to move it. I want to change it a little bit. I want to figure out the best place for it. But for right now, I think we're good. So I've got the power attached here. All you do is pull this back, and since there's no power, you can touch it, and it's only 12 volts anyway. And I ran the power there and the negative right behind it. Cover that up for safety, and I just tuck this wire here. I'm going to zip tie it and clean it up a little bit better. I may actually put it, I think I'm going to put it next to the battery. I'm going to clean that up a little bit, and then the last step is actually plugging this in and then plug in the 12 volt battery up front there, and then we have power.